Hey, what's up? Thanks for checking out the podcast. This week, we're doing a recap episode of all the releases we've done in 2020. I'm having one person on from each band or project to talk about it. We're going to go through chronologically of every release of last year. What a fucked up year. Ugh, really stupid year. I'm glad I was able to put out some of my favorite records that I've put out. As far as choke artist, it seemed like a pretty cool year as far as like some more continuity. Bands I've wanted to work with, I was able to, kind of slowly carving out a little pocket of emo math rock, but then occasionally throwing in some punk or ska shit to just throw people off, Ultimately, I'm going to put out music I like. Sometimes it's going to be math rock emo, and sometimes it's not. And I appreciate you understanding that and being down with that. And hopefully this podcast will be a good way for you to hear some of the other releases you might have not checked out. Like, who wants to just listen to one genre of music anyway? Honestly, I like all music except country and rap. That was a joke. There's no one here to laugh at it. So anyway, we're going to get started. I'm going to start with the Floral LP. It was the first release of last year. I didn't even remember that it came out last year because it was so long ago as far as this shit happening. But yeah, thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Nate Sherman from Floral's here, and he's going to walk us through the song Saturday Night. What's up, Nate?
Yo, good to see you.
Yeah. So I guess off the bat, one thing I did want to bring up was that the title of the song has some significance to me and to you.
Yeah. It's named after the song Saturday Night by Wigfield. maybe you should play a little bit of that.
I'm gonna splice it in.
Saturday night, I feel the air is getting hot, like you, baby.
Yeah, that was introduced to us on the UK tour, Summer UK Invalids World Tour 2019, by our driver,
Adam
James. Yeah, his last name's James, right?
Yeah.
And apparently it's like a classic in the UK, like sort of like a classic silly dance song.
It was like I was gonna say it was like a UK version of Spice Girls, but Spice Girls are also UK, so that doesn't really hold up. But it was like a dance pop.
I don't think it had nearly as much cultural significance as Spice Girls either. Like
a throwaway song. But so
yeah.
Adam showed us the song on a drive one day, and then from that day forward, it was played at the end of every show. Talk to the sound person and be like, yeah, you got to play this.
Like right after the set, just during loadout.
Yeah.
I don't know like why we decided to like commit an entire song on the record, but I guess it, like that is the last song on the record. It's like one of the last songs that I wrote on the record. Like a lot of them were written before that tour. And like on that tour, I think that was like the first time we were playing that song, I guess. So yeah, it kind of feels right in a way to like memorialize that tour in the name of the song on the last song of the record.
That was seeing Floral on that tour. I was like, okay, they fucking leveled up, like with the songwriting, but also like Ty breaking out the guitar at times.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah. I think the effect of that live is like really dope. Yeah. Like on the record, it's cool because it's like another element, but live, like no one really does that.
Yeah, it's really sick, and like he'll do like hi-hat, he'll still play drums like a little bit with his feet too. So
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that was a while. I feel like we do a whole podcast recapping that tour, but having fucking Adam, the Scottish bastard, drive us around and just
shout out Adam.
Yeah, dude. The big antics we got into on that tour.
Yeah. I miss it a lot right now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Just the lifestyle.
Yeah, it's hard. I forget who I am a little bit without like live music. It's a part of my life a lot.
Yeah.
It's gone. So.
Well, especially for you, man. I mean, you're like you're like a veteran. You're like DIY veteran. DIY.
Nate, I'm $20,000 in debt. I don't know what you mean.
No, you should get benefits.
Yeah, besides like clout, which I don't even think I have clout, so I don't even know. My back hurts. That's
I think you have clout.
Thanks.
I think you definitely have ska clout, if anything. If you have, I've told people that I'm friends with the drummer of the Best of the Worst, and they've genuinely gotten excited. I've met people that have genuinely gotten excited about that.
Damn, that's pretty tight.
So,
Yeah, we have a new album coming. I'll send you a little
Yeah,
preview of it, but- yeah, but yeah, back to Saturday Night. Yeah, great cap on the LP. Dude, I forgot that Floral LP came out this year. I mean,
I
in
know.
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did, and honestly, like, I'm not super bummed at how it went for that record. Like, I actually think, like, the pandemic couldn't have happened at a better time for us, I guess. If we did that the UK tour, and then we recorded the album, and then the start of 2020 we went on tour with Standards, and the album came out, and that was like a great tour. Like every show was like pretty great. We sold like a bunch of vinyl, sold like a bunch of merch, and like it was overall just like a really good experience. And we hadn't really planned, like, we had some tentative plans for later in that year. We were planning on coming to the East Coast. That was a little bit more concrete for sure, but
Yeah.
we hadn't like reinvested any money into new merch or anything. So we were kind of in a good spot after the pandemic hit,
Sure. Yeah.
And I felt pretty satisfied with how the whole rollout went, and like a lot of like people were into it. We gained a lot of followers and new fans, I think, from it
Hell
too.
yeah. Yeah, ended on a high note for sure.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
I mean, definitely a bummer that we couldn't do East Coast and anything else at all.
It'll happen. Yeah, whenever
It'll happen again. Yeah.
We'll
But
set it up whenever you need it, of course.
definitely grateful for what we were able to get in last year. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
totally, dude. Hell yeah. Well, thanks for coming on and talking about it. We're going to play the song
Yeah.
now. Everyone can check
Hell
it
yeah.
out. All right. Max is here from Ultra Deluxe, and they're going to tell us about the song "The Cypress Stomp," which was on a 7-inch Scrams chiptune split we did early last year.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. So that song actually started out as an instrumental song, like when I was still solo by myself. And then when Eric joined the band, I was like, okay, I might as well stream over this. And like that happened around the time of, it's really depressing, but the Parkland shooting. Like at first I was, like really pissed because as a teacher, like those school shootings really affect me a lot. But, as I've grown more into my radical leftism, I think that guns are okay as long as it's like anybody that's not a right-wing person having them. As we're seeing as we're seeing today, with the Capitol being stormed and stuff like that. But the main thing is that there's a line in there like, arm my colleagues with what money when crushed receipts bear the bread of the difference. So basically there was all this crazy talk about like arming teachers to defend against.
I remember that. Yeah.
And everybody's like, are you going to get it? Because I know you're a teacher as well. And they're like, are you going to get a gun or are they going to give you one? And I'm like, that is the worst idea ever. But also like, there's like the line crushed receipts bear the bread of the difference. Like a lot of people don't know. I mean, obviously teachers have to pay a lot of out of pocket for their own school supplies, but it's like if we can't even afford school supplies, like who's buying these guns? Like who would get this? But yeah, it's just like I don't know. The right has all the access to guns, and they have all the guns. And if the left is gonna do anything, we need to understand that like we're dealing with people that have the cops on their side and the KKK is on their side, and we need to
I didn't realize it was about Parkland too. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was about Parkland. It was also about the Pittsburgh shooting. Well, it was like I was on tour one day because I'm Jewish, and the Pittsburgh shooting happened, and I was like playing that song that night, and it was like really weird for me to play that song.
Yeah,
but, yeah. And
it is definitely funny context that today this, I would like to think that most people that own guns are responsible, but then you get like a 1% of fired up morons that are like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote the song and my view on guns has really changed. Like, I don't know, it seems like as a leftist, it's almost necessary for us to have one now. And I would support any leftist having one, if they're responsible with it. But it's just like, I think there's this, I don't know, the fact that like I've had more lockdown drills than like I care to admit, it's just like that's the world that our kids live in. Way more lockdown drills than when I was a kid.
For sure. And kids just know what to do right away. It's kind of surreal. Yeah. It's also kind of surreal when they all stand for the pledge.
Oh yeah. I was one of the kids in high school that was like, nah, fuck, I don't believe in God. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, the song bangs like right out the gate. I really like this track, and I'm glad I was able to like put it up. Like we were able to put it on the split because it's just like so much fun. Like the perfect blend. It's a pretty experimental project. And this is because your album, because we did a podcast like 2 years ago or whatever, and this isn't a concept album like the other stuff.
No, yeah. So like I said, this song was like one of the first songs I ever wrote before I had this concept record, this like space opera thing. And so this is like one of the last songs I think is ever going to be like that.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. Well, hell yeah. I'm glad we were able to do it. We're gonna throw that tune on. Max, thanks for coming on and talk about it. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah. Okay, Champagne Colored Cars are here. They're going to walk us through Cache Memory, the first track off of their LP Tourism, Choker's debut in Old Press Records. What's up, fellas?
Yo, Joe.
Hey.
Yeah, what?
Yo, it's a solid ass opener, though, if I do say so myself.
It's
The
hard.
hardest and best
It's the
song.
hardest
Yeah, it's
song.
not the hardest one to play, so we made it first.
Nice. Yeah, it's a nice balance. You kind of get everything. It really kind of shows you everything you're going to get in the album in some ways. So I like it. Walk me through it, fellas. What was it like? You wrote it and then added lyrics, or?
Yeah, that's how we do all of them pretty much, which really pissed our producer Nathan off, who likes to base everything around lyrics and write lyrics for half a year before making a song. But yeah, I can't remember how much of that we wrote. I think for that one, any of the more choppy songs like that, we get like basic parts down, and then I'll go home and splice it up a little bit and move things around and shorten and lengthen things and just try and make it a little more interesting, try and make transitions better and stuff like that.
Yeah, songwriting wise, I think it's like your tightest material to date.
Yeah, I would like to do more songs like that for sure.
It's slick, you know. You get everything like the right amount of time. Everything's like tasteful. I don't know. I think you guys did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Damn, thanks, Joe.
yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
I mean, it helps that you paid me $400 before this to say that. So
Yeah, I mean, we really
broke.
needed you to say good stuff.
What's the song about?
It's really just about trying to focus on being in the moment, something we all know I have trouble doing, and like focusing on the important shit rather than worrying about things I can't control and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like that. Friendship, music, good times, hanging out. Yeah, I like it.
True.
How about like you two quiet guys? You want to add anything?
I threw up a heart react because I agree. Sometimes you gotta live in the moment, okay? And that's what the heart react is all about, Slam. That's how I feel.
Hell yeah. Yeah, when you live in the fast lane, it's hard sometimes to just hit the brakes and slow down.
Go fast and furious like us. You have to, you gotta think.
Yeah.
And the moment.
How about like
it's the fastest song on the album, so
Oh, nice.
that metaphor makes sense.
Good. I think the reception of the album was more than like we hoped for, right?
Yeah, we definitely actually have a couple fans now instead of just our friends being nice to us, which is
Kind
tight.
of popping in Russia.
Yeah.
No cap. It would probably be bigger if it did actually premiere on like Pitchfork or something, but otherwise, Russia's doing good.
Yeah.
Crazy that we got snubbed by Pitchfork. Can you believe that? Like they were all set to do the interview and the album release, and then what happened, Pitchfork?
Sometimes things just fall apart, I guess. No,
Is there a song about that?
I think it did help like solidify you guys. I mean, it was the first full length too from the band, which helped. But
Yeah.
yeah,
First thing with Clay too.
yeah, Clay, good
Facts.
job.
Facts.
Man. I
Yeah.
did my best.
When the vinyl comes in, because I was like debating, and Tyler, I was telling you, I was debating putting this on the podcast for next year, but it's like, who knows if I'm even doing this by next year? I'm like, let's just do one now, because like the album just came out, it's fresh. It'd be good to talk about it. When vinyl comes in, we'll do like a nice proper hour-long pod about it and just really get to the bottom of things, you know?
Really dig deep.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, thanks for coming through and talking about it. We're going to play Cache Memory off of Tourism by Champagne Colored Cars now.
Yeah, check it out.
Hung back a minute to take it in.
All right, Steven from Adventure is here, and they're going to talk a little bit about the track House off of their debut EP. What's up, dude?
Hey man, good to talk again. So House, it was kind of like this. Like I wrote that opening riff at first, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, this will be a cool riff. And like I just sat there and wrote that, and I was like, it's just fun to play with my fingers. But that like the verse riff, it was the only sweep that I knew how to play. so like I had only known that sweep. So like I was like, all right, well, I got to sweep on this.
Yeah.
So I put that little tiny sweep in there because I was like, all right, that's got to be that. But it was like one of like the first songs that we actually kind of like wrote out together. So it was like cool to have that like that jumpy organic feel with it.
It definitely is a strong like open. I know like there's an interlude track, but I consider this like the real like let's get it started. Like
the interlude track was more of like a last minute. Like I had written that and I was like, yo, let's put this on there as like an opener. Like House was always like that, like bam, 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 like right into it, you know.
Riff City too.
Yeah, right. That's what you know.
I didn't realize that was Adventure's first release, right? Was there anything before?
No, we did. The EP was our first thing. We had just done "Living with a Ghost" was our first song, and then we had one more single, and then we dropped the EP. But yeah, that was our first release.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. So then when we toured with you, that tour, which was like 5 years ago at this point, or we're 6. How long after was that? Like that was probably like a year after the EP had come out.
No, around that. Yeah, I think that was like our second tour or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so like we were pretty fresh on everything. So yeah, I think that EP had come out maybe like 7 months or something before that tour.
Wow.
Like it was a summer tour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was maybe a year after then.
Damn. Wild.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a fun tour.
That was a lot of fun too. Yeah, I always talk about going to your house and swimming in your pool.
Yeah, hanging out at my parents' house is chill.
Yeah, your dad walks in while a couple of people are sleeping in a room, and he's like, "There's 2 of them in here."
What's going on? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, we're always like grateful because like Adventure, you guys like showed at angles to people, and like you got us on a tour with you guys, like with Kurt and everything. So.
Yeah, we still show in angles to everybody. I listen to in angles like probably once or twice a week still. Like it's on my like playlists and everything.
Yeah. You're the best, dude.
Hey, you guys are constantly dropping some fucking fire music. How am I not supposed to listen to you guys? I've been a fan since fucking Upstairs though, so
Yeah. Well, we both had EPs on that tour, and that's all we really
was all yeah, that's what we were touring on.
Yeah. We're slow with music. I mean, there's new Adventure coming too. Yeah, but
so this album is now going to be 4 years after our last album, which was 4 years after the first one. So
wow, man.
Yeah, we're about a 4 years between release kind of band.
Yeah, but you take your time and you make sure it all counts, you know?
Yeah, no, it's definitely like I'm definitely proud of what we're like releasing. So
yeah, and I mean, I was telling you before we hit record, but like the reception to like posting the vinyl for the first EP.
Yeah,
people were so fucking stoked. I was like, this is really cool to see.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people hit me up and was like, yo, is Sacred Grove next? And I was just like, I don't know, man. That's up to Blue Swan.
Yeah, I don't have enough money for lawyers. So.
That's what I'm saying. That one might just stay not pressed.
Yeah. You never know, I guess.
Right. I have it on 8-track, so I mean, at least there's that.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, did that guy on Instagram do it?
Yeah.
That guy rocks.
Emo Cow Records. Dude.
Yeah.
He rocks. He like hit me up and like he like showed it to me and I was like, yo, dude, that is the coolest thing. I was like, you want it? Yeah. So he just sent it to me.
Hell yeah, man. All right, well, yeah, I'm going to start this track and everyone can fucking check it out. If you like it, we still have some Adventure vinyl left, not a lot, but it's up in the web store, so you can always go cop it. And dude, thank you for coming on the chat.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
As the time goes by, I can't decide who you are.
Sick. So Luke Hendricks is here from Kissies and from Teenage Halloween.
Yeah,
A bunch of other things.
couple things. Yeah.
yeah. Patrick Ryland. Yeah. So we're here because we're talking about the song Camp Shame, which is was it the first track on the split that we did?
I wish I knew, but yeah, I think it's the first of. Yeah, it is the first track.
Because I know we had to switch the sides.
Yeah, it is the first track actually.
I think it's a great way to open it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that song a whole lot. I actually didn't write the lyrics to it, but Kevin did, and I feel great about it because it's about like just breaking past truly like oppressive thoughts that people put towards you, and like being kind of finding like euphoria in self and trying to like break past like bullshit outside things that just make you feel terrible about your life.
Yeah. It's to me, it always seemed like that was like not the point of Kissies, but like an underlying message to like the theme kind of that came up a lot lyrically.
Yeah, I think so. We all came into this being like, this is going to be like the more like confrontationally political band that we're in. So like, we're definitely stoked on the direction the band's going in, because it's very, it's definitely a little more upfront than a lot of our other stuff. So
yeah. So tell me a little bit, I guess, about writing the track or the writing process for Kissies in general.
So the way it was until so we're writing a new record right now, and that has been a lot more like we write it right there. But the way that we have been doing it in the past is like someone rolls up with like a riff, and then we like and kind of like pick who sings it and stuff, and like who's responsible for the lyrics and all that. And for Camp Shame, Kevin came with like pretty much the whole song done. I wrote like a small part of it, and then Angley had like a couple cool parts, and we put it together naturally in like a day, and it felt cool because that was like that I really wanted Kevin to like stick to kind of like a metal type of guitar playing, like because there's like a lot of like death metal vibes in that song, and it came together really, really collaboratively, and we hung out one day and wrote it.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as those octaves come in after that like brooding intro, and it just starts like ripping. Very
yeah,
cool.
that's the part that I was really pushing for personally. I mean, I love like Kevin like had it, and it was like 2 measures instead of like 8. And I just thought that part was so sick that Kevin wrote. So I was like, we need to like keep going. Like this is crazy.
Hell yeah. And you know, I had Gray Matter on before, and we talked about the song like Dang Love Yourself, and it's like very like self-affirming, like, and I kind of feel this is coming from like a similar place, but like I have the lyrics up: cursed with the shame of dysphoria, trying to keep a good mindset, plagued with discomfort, chasing the image of people who tell me how to live my life. Like
we're downers. Yeah, we were it's kind of like trying to tell people to fuck off in like the most doomer way. Like I don't know, like yeah, I hate that word. I just thought I should say it as a joke sometime.
No, it's fine. Yeah. And then but the way it ends: fuck norms, murder creeps, accept all the freaks. If you don't, destroy my personality.
Yeah, you can't really talk about murder if you're not singing it. So
that's true. You put it in a song, it's fine.
Like you can't just like post like, I'm like gonna murder you. But it's just kind of like, it's like we put it in that song because it's like kind of like the most extreme thing you can say against someone. And it's just kind of like a lot of our lyrics are like fun and exaggerated ways of how we feel. Like it's not like we're definitely like we definitely try to add an edge to what's going on. So that I don't know. It's fun. It feels really like hardcore to sing shit like that.
Fuck yeah. Well, yeah, it's a killer song. So we're gonna put it on out. Yeah, totally. I'm glad I was able to like be a part of this split. So.
Oh yeah, no, same here. I loved what you did, and I think the records look great and stuff. So I'm really stoked.
Hell yeah, and big thanks to Maddie too for helping with the art and like helping me format and everything and helping me put them together.
That shit looks like it came out in 2002. I love it.
Perfect. All right, well, here's Camp Shane by Kissies. Luke, thanks for coming through and talking about it.
No problem. Thank
Good
you.
seeing you. All right, we got Mac from Gray Matter here to talk a little bit about the track off the Gray Matter LP called Dang, Love Yourself. So, Mac, thanks for being here.
Heck yeah, absolutely.
So walk me through it. I mean, like right off the bat, it's such a fucking posy, like get hyped, like self-reaffirming song. Like how was it like written, or like what was your approach really?
We wrote the music. I don't know. I write a lot of the guitar for the band, and so we write the music first and then the lyrics afterwards, or at least that was like the process for most of Climbing Out. And I don't know. We were going for kind of a more fusion style song that had lots of different like funk elements, and I don't know. A lot of the stuff we do is kind of like, I don't know. I kind of think of it like collage, where you kind of take a little bit of something you like and collage it with some other stuff that maybe it's not normally next to. And I don't know. The track comes on fast, I think, because like it just jumps out of the gate with those lyrics. But I don't know. It just, the song had a lot of really positive energy to it. I don't know. Playing like upstrokes, I play a lot of major chords, even though I don't know. Even though a lot of the songs are not necessarily bright or fun in their topicality. So I don't know. I just I felt, I don't know. I like high intensity stuff. I feel like I want Gray Matter music to all be really high intensity, and yeah, even the slow stuff. I think it's, I don't know. A lot of the slow places on the album I think are pretty intense, even if they're not like they don't have anybody yelling, or even if they're not that loud.
It's
like,
still, it manages to be like aggro still, and like very like punk, like Fugazi vibe of just like dirty angular stuff, or like even when it's like more tame, like it ramps up really cool. I like what you said about collaging, because I feel like as like ska core bands, that's like part of the job, is just like fusing whatever you can into it and making it work.
Definitely, yeah. And I think especially with like Dang, there was definitely like a through line of positivity. It felt like a song I really wanted to, I don't know. I wanted to put some oomph behind, in terms of like, I don't know. In terms of, I wanted to put some oomph behind it in terms of like how passionately I felt about it. Like, I think, I don't know. I think like that's a big thing in punk too. I think a lot of people write sad songs, or they write mad songs. And as much as Gray Matter is about collaging like different types of genres, it's also like, I like to think of the project as like a collage of emotions too. Like, I really think that, you know, I don't know. Dang, Love Yourself is, it's about finding yourself and like, I don't know, kind of realizing your identity, and like, it's a long process and it's never over. And it's like progress is not linear. It's, I like to think of it as being like, it's all very intense and you're going to feel every bit of it, but you're going to go through different stages. You know, it's like a roller coaster. There are ups and there are downs. And even though it's all intense, like going uphill is still just as intense as going down. It's just a very different kind of intense. And I think that like in Dang, I wanted to capture a few of the different types of being like, I don't know, mad, but also confident, but also a little scared and timid at some points. Like there's a big section in that song where there aren't any lyrics at all, which I've always thought was kind of interesting. Like I didn't know if people liked that or felt like they were missing, but I feel like, I don't know. I wanted to give people time to think. I think like, I don't know. I want, as much as Gray Matter is I don't know, as much as our lyricism is about like spelling things out for people and being like a little more obvious, being like, hey, you know,
like addressing issues that you find like pertinent, for sure.
Right, important, and like we're very direct about that. But at the same time, I want to give people time to like think and breathe a little bit about it. Like I don't think it's
and thrash and like have a fun time at a show too.
Right, definitely, yeah. And that's the thing too. You can't spend the whole show trying to sing all the words. You know, you got to dance and. I don't know.
Sometimes you guys just rock, you know?
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know if that answered your question at all.
No, it totally did. I think that summed it up in a very nice way. I mean, once you hear the track, everyone listening is gonna know what we're talking about too. But it just right off the bat just rips, and it goes into like that awesome, like dancey, groovy part, and it's just like it's such a curveball, but it's so like seamlessly like transitioned. It's perfect. So
well, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, Climb Me Out was a super important record like that came out last year, and I'm just thankful that I was a part of it. So
well, thanks. I'm really glad you're able to be a part of it too. It feels like, I don't know, it's really bizarre being an artist, especially in, I don't know, having recorded the record almost a year before and then I don't know, sitting on it for a while, and I don't know. You never know if stuff's going to hold up, especially like I feel like the last couple of years, especially in America, have been super turbulent in terms of like politically and otherwise. And I don't know. I really, it's good that this album is helping people feel good because I am clinging for dear life to a lot of music right now. So I don't know. I hope everyone enjoys it. I hope anyone gets anything out of it.
Yeah, totally. Well, Mac, thank you. And I hope we can rock at a show.
Yeah.
At some point this year.
I hope so. We might have to,
Whenever you want to come to New Jersey, like let us know. Whenever we can have shows. But yeah, we'll do it.
That sounds awesome.
Sick. All right. Well, here is Dang Love Yourself by Gray Matter. Logan from Snooze is here, and we're gonna play the song Chesapeake for you. So Logan's here to talk about it a little bit. Walk us through it.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Wait, what do you want me to talk about?
Well, yeah, it's a fucking wild day. But yeah, talk about, I guess, the writing process for the song, or lyrically, really whatever you want people to know about the song.
Okay. This one it's kind of about my old house, and like various other themes, like my parents' divorce. Like I never wrote a song about that. It's like, didn't really affect me that much. But that's what they never let you see thing lyric comes in, because I never really, my sister always wrote songs about how, she was like right there, and like, I don't know, it emotionally affected her more. But I kind of was always like in my room, like not doing anything and just alone and just playing with Legos or some shit. But, I didn't really get firsthand any of the fighting and the, whatever. It's not really.
You were a little younger?
Yeah. I was pretty young when it was kind of going through, and then that's kind of where where it's like seethe, sheathe, sleep. Those are like kind of the ways that I like dealt with it, I guess. Just like recede back into yourself when you're like a little kid, I guess. And then it kind of moves on to like fast forward of like, it's like I'm kind of reacting to what the house looks like now. And we all, all of us, me and my two sisters, like we would always talk shit about the new owners of that house because they put up a fence in the backyard. And so we had this like backyard that went out into, that was not like our property anymore, but it basically was our backyard, was this huge, like, you could think of the backyard as a little square, but there was way more, there was still more like grass and stuff and trees and stuff. So we were like, oh, we have a really big, cool backyard, but they put a fence in their yard. And I'm just like, that's fucking stupid and like a waste of like a cool living thing.
Sure. Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, there was, and that's kind of just, that's mostly it. Just
About the house.
About the house and about parent bullshit that I probably never really, I wouldn't say it really affected me too much, but I feel like I never actually wrote anything about it. So I was just like, I'll write about this.
Was it like cathartic to put down or put out or something?
Yeah, a little bit. Like the, I guess the end is more, I kind of return to the seething, sleeping, sheathing fucking theme. And, I guess, kind of exploring what I did as like a little kid to avoid conflict and avoid like just feeling too much, I guess. It kind of explains a lot about my shitty adult self. So
I definitely figured out ways to insulate myself as a child from just, similar type things or other things. And then it's funny how it carries over. And
yeah. And it's like, then you have just these, like these, you have these like ingrained patterns and stuff that just shape your whole personality. And you're like, well, I guess I'm an asshole now.
One question. Do you say the address of the house?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that.
I probably shouldn't have mentioned it.
But it just like kind of worked. That was like the first lyrics. I was like, I have the lyric sheet somewhere around here with a bunch of crossed out shit. I could probably like try and make out some old stuff, but yeah, I probably shouldn't have, and I also probably shouldn't have used the actual image of the house in a single.
It's like a listing, like a real estate listing.
Yeah, it's just like everyone go there and make fun of them.
I mean, if the American Football House can exist, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like, why is this happening?
Yeah, and it's not like inciting hate or it's just a song.
Yeah,
it did help paint the picture. I mean, it's a descriptive song, and like we talked about this on the pod we did, but like a little more minimalist with vocals. But I think everything you say matters and like goes with the music nicely. So
yeah, thank you for noticing, because like when I've been trending that way for a while, having less vocals so that what you do, every word counts, and sometimes I don't even make, like, obviously, like, not always in writing and poetry and stuff, like you don't always say like full sentences. It looks a lot better on like the page, as like a little stream of consciousness, I guess, and like with all that stuff. But yeah, it's like I've been trending towards like way less words and more contained in them, I guess. But it hasn't been really, I guess it is kind of came along with the changes in like the vocals. Like, we were talking about last time how it's been like more shoegazy and easier to play, easier to sing while I'm playing, because I didn't want to get like another vocalist or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that kind of lent itself to simpler, more drawn out vocals, and then, more like obviously more, kind of shoegazy, big kind of vocals and stuff.
It's a nice contrast. And congrats again on the album. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm stoked on every record I put out this year, and I'm glad that Still was one of them because it bangs.
Well, thank you for doing the vinyl, because, dude, that's like the craziest part is like, people, I always love when people post the vinyl variants, because I haven't seen like any of them, and I'm just like looking at them, I'm just like, damn, it's like, yeah, you picked a good one.
Yeah, hell yeah. I appreciate that, because I always I think about variants for a while, like a couple of days, and I stare at the art and I listen to music, and I'm like, all right, I take out a big box of crayons and I just start drawing. No, I'm just kidding.
Down there.
Yeah. Well, Logan, thanks for coming on to talk about this for a little bit. It's perfect. Of course. And if you're listening, there's a podcast with Snooze that we did a couple weeks ago. And Anoop, who played drums and helped produce the album. And it's a really good listen. So be sure to check that out as well. All right. So here is Chesapeake from Snooze.
Woo!
Woo!
The street, 927 Chesapeake. I discovered needs to be and mysterious. Deafening, something you would never see. They would never let you see. They would never let you see.
All right, I'm here with the most. We're gonna talk.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? We're gonna talk about First Frost, the first track off of what we have. So but I guess before we talk about that, we were just talking about this a little bit, and it would feel weird to do this whole podcast and not bring it up. But what a weird and silly day.
Yeah,
what a crazy day, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too many things to say about it. It just says it all kind of here, where it's like, if this was, Black Lives Matter people, it'd be handled in a totally different way. Not that we would be storming the Capitol, but
Yeah.
this is ridiculous.
I feel like it like started as like a tailgate, and then it just like got out of hand.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Exactly.
Can this be the last straw already? Like, can there finally be like?
It's just sad. Yeah.
Abrupt
Awful.
ending.
Yeah,
Would be
seriously.
nice.
Yeah.
That would be great. But
I just got like, so we were, Joe, you asked to come on at like 6:30 or something, and I was just like, dude, I'm such an anxious mess right now, just because of all this whole thing that keeps on getting, like, it just keeps developing, it keeps getting worse, and it keeps escalating, and I had to just like put all that shit down, and I was just telling you guys, I watched the movie Soul and cried, and I feel so much better now. So.
Nice. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Better days are coming. I do hope this was the season finale of all the fucking clown hour shit. Like, I hope maybe we can move on.
Yeah.
Part of me was like, should I actually pay attention? Is it just the same old thing? You know what I mean? It's just like the same fucking people whining and being a nuisance. I'm like,
Yeah.
Just terrible.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
It doesn't represent the whole. I mean, it does because it's like publicized so widely and like spread everywhere. But like, that's not most people. I would like to think.
Right. No, not at all.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah,
I
appreciate all of you like weighing in on it, but we're here to talk about First Frost because I guess I was saying that to Sean before. I was like very torn on what song to pick for this like recap episode, but I feel like that song just kind of grabs you, and it's just like such a good, like if you're listening to what we have, it's like a great way to kind of start off listening to the album.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I always felt like it was a strong opener. So, and we probably talked about this on the podcast we did, but if you want to elaborate, I guess, on the writing process of it or lyric wise, how it kind of came together.
Leave that to Connor.
Yeah, that was I wrote the like skeleton of it. I was I don't know. It's just this groove. I was really, really into that song Two Toes by Palm. I just like couldn't get enough of that 9 groove. And like it just kind of found its way into that, once those chords came together. It's actually just like a really fucked up, like harmonized A major scale going down. Yeah, it's really weird. And then like lyrically, it kind of just came all together in one little like burst. Like just some weird spare thoughts that were kicking around, I guess, like about like weird dreams and shit like that. I don't know. Some weird spooky shit.
I remember that one kind of really just coming together pretty swiftly. It was, once Connor came with the skeleton, it seemed like everything else was pretty intuitive. Definitely some like things happened, but playing live. But we just remember jamming on that one and it feeling good.
Yeah, it's a cool groove. It mostly is in that like that 9 groove that feels like 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, which I thought was really cool. And then like in the middle of the song, it goes into a 10. It's like the same kind of like beat breakdown, but over 10 instead of 9, which is like kind of weird because it doesn't really feel like a shift. It just kind of like smoothly goes into that 10 and then back into the 9. And then at the end, yeah. And at the end, it's just kind of like I don't know, it's like a cowboy shootout or something. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's like a spaghetti
melody from Cloud Atlas, Connor.
Oh yeah, it actually is.
I forgot about that.
Yes, it is. You're right,
That's
dude.
so sick.
It's that scene where what's the composer?
Or Frobisher, because he's the amanuensis
Oh
to
yeah.
that guy, and he's showing him the scene. Yeah.
Yeah, and he plays that part on piano, and it's like all the times that Halle Berry hears that song like in the 70s, it's like not the same part that this dude is playing on the piano right then. And I guess it really is just like mostly just this cool like harmonization of a major scale, because it's just an A major scale. But I reharmed that, and then it kind of fell into that like 9 groove.
Yeah, I like the stutter. It's almost like when you hear like those like neo soul or like hip hop drummers, like the stutter on it, like it's kind of almost same effect with the 9 on it.
Yeah.
Right.
I suck ass at doing that. Can't do that for shit.
Oh, like the stutter hip hop shit.
Yeah.
I just like cram the notes in there. I don't know how.
I sound like a white person when I
the drum intro. The drum intro for First Ross is great though. Was that just kind of ad libbed on? Like, let's start it with set the groove.
A lot of that stuff, like where I'm like pairing parts, like when I'm thinking about like a beat or a part over a certain riff, it's a lot of trial and error, like just trying out some stuff that works. And I try to make whatever I'm playing like really musical, that could either be in counterpoint to what that riff is doing or really work in harmony with it. But I think in First Frost's case, like that beat kind of lends itself to the flow of that riff in 9. Like the snare kind of cuts the 9 in the same kind of subdivision that the riff is. You know what I mean? Stuff like that to make it sound cohesive.
Yeah, it's good phrasing because there's ways.
I really like First Frost because it's like one of the only songs that feels like we have like an intro and then like a verse, and then like a part, and then like a verse that comes back, and
Right.
it's like, and there's like it's one of like the
The harmony is the same the whole time for the most part until the end.
Yeah,
it's one of our more simple songs, like in terms of like phrases, like how many characters we have in a song and things.
Yeah. It's more traditional. It's like more of like a traditional rock kind of.
Yeah.
If you could possibly say that about the most.
Yeah, right. That was our farthest venture into traditional rock music.
It makes sense. You wrote it in the room
Just
together.
wait.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, but I do like it. Does delve into like the. It reminds me like Weather Report, like that, like C or whatever section, like after it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let's. I appreciate all of you coming to talk about it a little bit. We're gonna throw the track on. So let's listen to First by the Most. I love all of you. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, Joe.
Love you too, Joe.
Love you too, Joe.
Love you, man.
Well, there you have it. That's everything we released in 2020. Thanks for listening to all this. Listen to what everyone had to say. Hopefully, it provided some insight when you're listening to the tracks and jamming out. Hopefully, you enjoyed some music. What's next, you ask? I got a note on my phone about all the releases that we have planned for 2021. It's pretty cool. I can't show you it. I can tell you new In Angles full length because I play drums in that band. I play drums in Angles. There's new full length coming from them, from us. A new Invalids full length. Pete's already said that, so I can say it. A new Invalids full length. I'm like 3 songs down. I have 7 more to go with tracking. Look at the blister on my thumb. Oh, it's gross. This is bad podcasting, showing a nasty blister, especially if you're listening to just iTunes. I think that's all I can really tell you right now. I got like 6 more things on my list, though. So there's some pretty cool things coming next year. New merch. I'm going to keep doing the podcast. You know, big things coming soon. What else can I say? Thank you so much for the support in 2020. It means a lot. I hope you continue to keep rocking with us and tell your friends. You know, I thought about like, there's like podcast networks that you could like pitch your show to. And I thought about it. And then like, I was listening to one and an ad for Colgate came on. And I was like, well, I'm very like anti-fluoride, right? That's why my teeth are bad because, you know, it calcifies your pineal gland. So, all right, I'm hanging up. Goodbye.